losing in overtime is that tomorrow they may look at the schedule and look at the minutes and say, okay, a couple of the guys may get a night off tomorrow, and they may get some rest. I'm speculating here, but there's a chance of that. The Warriors have done that in the past, and this is the first of 15 back-to-backs they'll have this year, which is tied for the most in the association. So I think this might have been the game they needed to get.
Yeah, and they let it slip away. Right? I just thought in that fourth quarter with 1:02 to go, and they had that 4-point lead, 107-103. I thought they were going to do it.
A stop and a score, and they win the game.
But they allowed a layup inside, if you remember that. Wide open. They somehow let a big get to inside, and I'm trying to think it was Richards, or it might have, and even I thought I
think it was Washington.
It was Washington
because he had a whole bunch of layups tonight.
Yeah, yes, he did. He had a heck of a game for him. Did Washington?
Yeah. So tough one tonight for the Warriors, and they end up losing this game, 120-113. Any final thoughts for you?
Well, you've got to come ready to play. Yes, you can't wait, and if you come out, and they're playing a team that last night got wiped out in Orlando, back-to-back game for them, and you want to take the spirit out of them early, and they didn't do that. And I think they need to do that in the first quarter. And then it's a whole different ball game. But all of a sudden, you let them take the lead, and that energizes them, and they're forgetting it's a back-to-back, and they've got pride, and they know who they're playing against, and they know how important and how great it would be to upset the defending NBA champs.
Well, here on the State Farm post-game show, I'm Tim Roy. A reminder that the Warriors 2022-23 season presented by Kaiser Permanente. That was Jim Barnett. Upcoming broadcast tomorrow night in Detroit. It's a 2:30 airtime, so it's an earlier start tomorrow. It's a 6 o'clock start in Detroit, 2:30 with a pregame show, and the Warriors off to Miami. They'll play the Heat on Tuesday night. That'll be a 4 o'clock airtime. And drive time on Tuesday afternoon, November 1st, 4:30 with the tip, and then they finish off Thursday and Friday in Orlando and New Orleans. So the second back-to-back, not only of the trip, but on the season. Nice job, Jim, and we will see you on the plane on the way to Detroit.
All right, Tim, we hope for a different outcome tomorrow.
Let's get to the Kaiser Permanente scoreboard. We start off with the NBC Sports Bay Area Fan Spotlight game of the night. It's the first win for Sacramento head coach Mike Brown as the Kings head coach, and the first win for the Kings on the season.
See how the Kings respond as Davion drives, runs into Lowry, circles out, swings to Butler. Over now on the far side to Monk. Back to Keegan. Boy, look at Miami hustle the defense, but the rookie drives inside. He's fouled and he scores. When the whistle blew, I almost held my breath because I thought, could that possibly be considered an offensive foul?
It was not. 119-113. Sacramento gets their first win. They're 1-4. Heat fall to 2-5. Tyler Hero had 34. We'll see the Heat later on this road trip, as you just heard. And Kevin Huerter, his best game as a King, 27 points and 7 assists. Let's check out the games in progress right now. We start off with the game in the fourth quarter. Inside of a minute to go in Brooklyn, and the Indiana Pacers look like they're going to go to 3-4. They lead the Nets 125-116. 35 points for Kyrie Irving. Of course, coming off a rather disturbing story about him this week. Third quarter in Chicago, the Bulls tie with Philadelphia. They're tied at 83. Atlanta is in Milwaukee. The Bucks lead by 6, 95-89. 10:28, the clock remaining there. Drew Holiday, 26 points and 10 assists to the moment. In the second quarter in Dallas, Oklahoma City leads the Mavericks by a count of 31-30. Second quarter in Salt Lake City, and the Memphis Grizzlies on top of the Utah Jazz, 39-33. All right, Tim Roy, we'll wrap this up by going back to the studios. R.C. Davis will conclude the festivities tonight. Warriors fall to 3-3. The Hornets move up to 3-3 as Charlotte wins in overtime, 120-113. On the defending champion Golden State Warriors Radio Network, presented by United Airlines.
So, how's your research going?
Surprising! After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or dishwashers, but you will find the best deals on the best TVs, soundbars, and home theater systems. Shop around, but then make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Mountain View, San Mateo, Dublin, and San Rafael, Video Only.
Listen, could Robert change your life?
At the age of 55, I started putting on weight, and I got to the weight of about 210 pounds. Always hungry. The heavier I got, the less energy I had. And about 6 months ago, I started taking the Andro 400, and I started realizing I had more energy. I felt better, and my mind was clearer, and I started losing weight. I went from my max weight was 215, and now I'm down to 176. My waist size has dropped from a 38 to a 32, and I've lost these big love handles that I had on my side, and I just look a lot slimmer.
Since 2004, Andro 400 has helped men lose belly fat, gain energy, and to look and feel their best. Go to andro400.com for more true testimonials, before and after photos, and special discounts. Only available on andro400.com. andro400.com.